Of course, Tokyo is a little bit of a different beast, isn't it, when it comes to brick and mortar? I mean, we're talking about a country that still, goes to libraries and buys magazines and buys CDs as well. So tell us about Geo Holdings right now.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I have to point out it is pronounced, even though it's spelled like that, it is pronounced Geo with a hard G, like myself. Japan still has a love for physical media. I mean, that kind of things move a little bit slower here than they do in some other countries. But I think the number one thing that this shows you, on top of that is, it's the prime example of what we've been talking about, I think, for a couple of years about valuations in Japan and where they are compared to other countries. Geo itself it's a little bit like a combination maybe of GameStop and Blockbuster, which I think still exists. I saw that there was interest in that overnight as well. They do game sales. They do trade-ins for secondhand games. They sell secondhand games. And they also do movie rental, which is still a thing. I think Blockbuster, I think maybe one store still around in the U.S., but movie rental is still a thing, although it's declining here in Japan.
So what other opportunities do you potentially see when you take a look at these fundamentals, right? And what are the growth prospects for this company?
Well, I mean, across Japan, fundamentals look pretty good, and valuations still look pretty cheap for a lot of companies. Of course, I'm not here to, to push anyone's stock or to say recommend what people should buy. As I say, it is an example of the fact that the fundamentals in Japan remain cheap, whereas, with this GameStop, controversy in the U.S., so much of the market is becoming completely disconnected from any kind of fundamental valuation, which makes deciding what for investors makes deciding what to buy extremely difficult because you've no idea, what to do. Whereas over here in Japan, things are still a little bit, maybe a little bit more, what they used to be. It's a lot harder to short individual stocks in Japan as well. It's kind of naked short selling, and there isn't a market for options. Well, there is, but there's not a popular market for options on individual stocks. So I guess investors who are looking for maybe longing for the old days before Wall Street bets come along, they might take a look at the opportunities in Japan.